Costa staying on his feet this time. Lovely win from Martial. Lovely touch by Fernandez. Come on in! Rashford. All the way across goal. What a finish that is!
Welcome everybody and welcome to All In All United. Aston Villa, Manchester United. 3-1 or 1-3, however you want to put it. But I mean, Nico, again, a team or a tale of two halves. First half, what was going on? You know, them fellas was all over the place. We had little moments where we were in some kind of control, and I don't even think Aston Villa had deserved to go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't deserve to be ahead of Aston Villa in the first half, if you understand what I'm saying. And it's like when the both teams went into the dressing room, it's like we now remember how to play football and Villa forget how to play football. You understand what I'm saying? Because I mean, I tell you, the second half was a totally different impression I got at the team from what I saw in the first half. Anyway, let me go, Nico.
Yeah, we used to be honest, boy. I find we saw the game real bright. You know, I find it was real bright. Hey, Peter, good night. I find for the first 15 minutes we had Villa on the ropes. You know, I say, wow, like them fellas have a point to prove today with the start, and then I guess Villa with a green tate. And after they green tate, they gave us a bit of a challenge. The goal was a good goal. Definitely was a good goal. But for some reason, I had no worries in terms of us coming back into the game, especially with we big on the bench. You know, for some reason, as much as we're behind, all right. You know, we know we're a team that was fight from behind. You know, we don't panic as we have seen from the entire season. We know we have some real potent weapons on the bench. So I would just say, just take one, and the moment one come, I don't think Fuller would have had a chance.
All right. Hey, Rian, welcome, buddy. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, man. Good night, Rian.
Hey, Gregory. Night to you, buddy.
Good night. Yeah, man.
But for me and Nico, I do be comfortable because in my estimation, I know we've been in a good, run of form, especially away, and know that the team, the confidence high. But the Premiership, in my estimation, it's full of surprises now, and especially considering that we want to Leicester would have lost, so that points dropped. Right. So I would have space and I would have gap to widen because we see that the run of games that coming now, it's real tight. So I sure we go drop points. I don't want to be foolish to think we're going to win all the rest of the games. If it happens, all well and good. But I'm not so naive to think that we're not going to drop points in the next couple of games. So I want where the team might be in the best position to win a game, in the normal run of how the fixtures run, Thursday, Sunday. So we know the fittest and in the best condition that the team would be today. So that is the game that you want to win and wrap up. I don't want one of them foolish results or them freak results to come and throw you off and derail you. I didn't want that. So when I went into the game, that possibility is always there in the Premiership, Nico. So when I saw how the team started, yes, I agree with you. The team started real strong. We were looking good. But then again, it's them kind of lapses in the back with this Fred and McTominay again.
Well, yeah. And I find if you had to blame McTominay, it's real hard to blame McTominay. Yes, you could blame him, but then watch your Fred get a man that ball, Fred panic, and just give McTominay, you know what I mean, in a kind of pressure situation without really thinking. Because I doubted even if McTominay was expecting that ball, as much as he should, I doubt he was expecting that ball right there on that pressure. So I think the decision making again from Fred was poor for that decision. But I think during the game, I think Fred was impressive.
Fred was very good today.
Fred was impressive. Fred was as much as he was
very good today.
Majority of the game in Rome, I think today, he played the entire 90 minutes in Rome.
Nah.
Yeah, he didn't play the entire 90 minutes. I can't remember. Yeah. But today he was on it, unfortunately for that era in judgment. But today he was on it, and today we really saw a better performance from Fred, especially after the mistake.
All right. Let me just get some comments while we're here. Gary saying, boy, Oli instilled that mindset.
Yeah, boys, and I agree, and me too. Because for some reason, as much as we went behind, you wasn't feeling that spirit of, oh Lord, I wonder if we could come back. For some reason, it just that mindset is just there that we're gonna come back, and even if Villana beating me, So for some reason, I would agree with you definitely on that verse.
Hey, David, welcome, man. Good night to you. Thanks for joining. Gary saying top 4 lock for certain, yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
we in Europe. We're in Europe after I think it's the result from West Ham.
Yeah. So we safe. But I still want, Gregory, I still want that second place, and I want the gap, because here I tell you, right now I think we're 10 points behind City. So, and we have 2 games in hand, right? So if we could win them 2 games, we could be within what? 4 points? No, I'm saying that City gonna lose their games and we will win it. But the fact that we potentially so close, that is what I'm looking at to say, well, hey, we had a good season amidst all the setbacks. We start off bad, key players wasn't in form, some catch form late, injuries, but yet we were still able to finish second place. Let me say 4 points behind the winners. That for me is something that I go stand and hold with pride. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
I agree, but also Reams, I think even wherever we finish, we already, let me say, confirmed for the Champions League for next season, hoping that UEFA do pop up some type of ban in terms of the Super League teams. I think I saw enough this season to say we have progressed. Regardless of where we finish, I think I saw enough this season to say, well, all right, I think Oli have an idea of how he wants the team to play, and I think a big part of that also was the player Pogba. A big part of that, and that big part where you see the team started to link together. Before we used to question what used to be happening in training, because we're not seeing it. But the moment he made that change, like playing Pogba out on the left, this team is a different animal to deal with. I think there are much teams in the world I think could really fear with us right now. I think we are one of the best teams in the world.
All right, nice. That's a bold claim there.
yeah, for sure, because you see the threat now. You see that we're creating chances and creating more than one. Because before, as you would say, Marshall is be feeding off our scraps. Now our strikers are getting chances. Sometimes 4 and 5, even more chances per game. So I think that change from Oli, definitely had to take kudos for that. To put Pogba up on the field, and as effective as Rashford was to move him to the right, and as Bola move that was, definitely had to give him kudos to that.
Yeah, definitely. Trent, welcome, buddy. He said Damian Tafari. I really don't know what you mean by that, buddy. But thanks for the comment. Gregory saying Lindelof could have been tighter on Traore. Well, that's a good point, because I find Lindelof allowed Traore too much time to get a shot off.
He cannot stumble because because he get play on the ball, touching the ball, but for some reason that ball stay on Traore football, because I don't say, well, with that ball didn't went out, or that ball didn't leave. Let me say run away from Traore, and I actually stick on Traore foot. I think Lindelof was stumbling, so with that, I think definitely the goal was a quality one also.
That's a good goal. In efforts to defend the hair, I can't even criticize, Henderson. That was a well taken goal by Traore. Well taken. Yeah. Hey, Kenton, welcome, man. He said, no, fellas, good night. Man, y'all know McTominay made 1 tackle whole game.
Feathers, only the two. McTominay, he looked like a cone today. He looked at he was a little off today.
Yeah, he had an off game. Even though second half, I find he was a little more solid.
Yes, he was.
I see plenty of what we don't like about our whole McFred partnership. We saw it in first half. Greg said, "Reem, I understand. Let me just do what we had to do." Yeah. Sometimes we had to expect setbacks here and there. True that, no doubt. Peter, he's saying it's a trend right now that we need to concede a goal in order for the squad to play aggressive and creative football. Even though I think we started brightly initially, I don't think it is wise to accept conceding first, then to spark something in our team. It's an unacceptable way of thinking. I agree. I am getting a strange feeling that the team needs to be down in order to start playing football. We might not be afforded the opportunity to score against better teams. Our defense need to get it together. Fully agreed. Well said. Well said. Two more and we'll continue, Nico. Gregory saying people are going to write us off any chance they get. We done well given.
We have done well given the start we had.
Yes. Very correct, Gregory. Kenton also saying Lindelof does it tricks on T alone, man.
Hey, because when this Davidson that came on in the second half, you see he gave a shakedown and Wan-Bissaka had to come and save him. I talk about Wan-Bissaka too, boy. Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka he was very impressive going forward because the two passes he made what open for the two goals, the one where he gave Pogba through that space, really intricate, and Pogba win the foul, and the one for Greenwood where Greenwood shake Mings, easy. And that was a well taken goal. Anyway, but Nicola, we talk about the team sheets now.
To be honest, I know that Oli would have gone strong today. Because I think he started to feel a bit of pressure. Because Leicester, as they say, would have dropped points, then Chelsea would have won. As much as we have 2 games in hand over them, they were just about 3 points behind us. And psychologically, let me say if we lost that game, Chelsea come and win. That's it. We could have been thinking, wow, we're in second position for so long in the season to come and give it up. So I think Oli felt that pressure. I feel the team was feeling that pressure. So I had that feeling that he would have gone strong. Because I think maybe if we win the next game, maybe we might more or less cement or maybe that's maybe a goal difference, maybe a draw after that, maybe 4 more points and we will more or less seal second place. So I think the team wants that. So I think today was an important day to go out and get the business done. So at least maybe he could rotate against Leicester and go strong against Liverpool, and then we still have 2 games after that, maybe to wrap up that second place now. So the going full strength definitely wasn't a surprise to me. And again, the team more or less was what I thought would have been.
I think for me the only difference based on what you were saying was the Cavani. But then again, I'm realizing lately Oli trying his best to manage Cavani because he understanding that it has certain players that he just can't afford to risk now, and he realized over experience with earlier games and when you play Cavani too much, like it's at the 3rd game Cavani will come and tell you I ain't feeling good, I can't play, and you don't want that. So I mean I think that we established in the earlies that probably always have conversation with Cavani. Hey, you could start this game, how you feeling? And Cavani could say, well, yeah, or you could say, well, no, I could make a half an hour, and we're seeing whether half an hour making a difference.
Exactly, and well, I mean, in terms of the effort Cavani gave Thursday, definitely on Thursday the man ran his socks off, and it even shows the trust that he has in the team that we could, like you say, replace Cavani with a Greenwood and still get a result. And even if we don't get a result, as you said, we could bring Cavani off the bench for that half an hour, and most likely something will happen.
Correct.
So
Correct.
So again, you can't really say with Cavani or without Cavani is the strongest team, because with Cavani being on the bench, that could be a real potent weapon coming off the bench now. So teams could be like, wait, but Cavani on the bench, but he didn't start, because when he come on, you understand, we gonna have this man running at we for the next half an hour after we done tired, so that could even be a strategy in terms of our strength.
Very, very, that's correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
You all don't forget, to like the video. It has helped the video with views and that kind of thing, right? Thanks very much. Kenton saying you all understand Wan-Bissaka does very rarely get rest. Yeah, well, according to Nico, them fellas are dead on the pitch.
Yeah, some of them are dead there. Only a few more games to go.
Gregory saying nobody's saying that conceding is something to accept, but for some reason motivates us. It's a sign of rising above the adversity. Yeah, but Gregory, I don't like that. But if I tell you I don't like that, I hear you, but I don't like that. I prefer we go in games and we win. Let teams score after we lead in 3-0 or something. We score 1 goal as consolation in the 90-something minutes. You know? But I mean that ideal, I hear you, but I don't like living on that edge.
The good thing about that is all you was in a place where, oh Lord, we bow we had, but we know it has something to come now. The team not gonna give up there. Which is a good thing.
But you see, the problem is because I remember we had spoken about this earlier in the season, and we saw where at some point your luck will run out, right? And you don't want that luck to run out in a crucial game, whether it's a final or whether it's points needed or whatever the might be up for grabs. So
you should feel game. Should feel game for sure.
Yeah. And I understand, mentality. I understand never say die. I understand, coming back from adversity and rising up above adversity. But it is not a comfortable place to be in. And I believe that I don't think Ollie, they sit there and say, Ollie, wait for the first goal to score and then start to play. He don't know that. So while we might be seeing mentality and it's a good thing, it's not the ideal, and we gotta try to work toward the ideal. Yeah.
But I guess Gregory, that's what maybe maybe looking at the positive side, the brighter side, which is good, Greg. Definitely.
Yeah.
You see it more half full and half empty.
Yeah. No doubt. He also saying that Leicester still at Chelsea to play, and all Chelsea in some nice form in Chelsea.
I agree.
Yeah, Chelsea help we yesterday too, because I couldn't the longer we could delay City getting that trophy. What season it was when it went down to the wire and City come and win it. That was what year that was? 12, no, 11, 12 or something.
I think yes, around there.
Yeah, so the more we could make them wait, I for that,
Something I'm going to say, I forget, but
he also saying this is after talking about dropping points to Newcastle didn't help them. They're going to want to come for the blood. Or that's when we playing them on Tuesday.
Yeah, but we are taking them on. No, I remember we were going to tell you, as you were talking about Chelsea now, Tuchel looking bad, Reams, Tuchel looking bad, When he come, I tell you, boy, they're looking good, Me like his style, but he looking too bad.
You're looking too bad?
Nah, you're looking too bad.
The man probably lost 1 game, conceded 2 goals.
Yeah.
The man in a Champions League final.
Yeah, them played decent.
The man in a FA Cup final, and you talking about too bad?
Yeah, you're looking too bad. And he had played decent football.
Get Jackie jacket, right?
Nice Chelsea.
Heavy on the man. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, looking too bad. Are you gonna say, wait, Chelsea looking real good? No. They're looking too bad.
Yeah.
Them Chelsea fans out there, easy.
Hey, Anderson, welcome, man. He said no lie, that man needed some ground preparation. I think you're talking about
Lindelof, yeah, shake off real easy, but it does soft.
And here now, this is what I was talking about when we spoke earlier. Some reviews prior, right? Bailly get a contract renewal, and we feel that was it for centre backs. When you see things like what happened today, right? And I even reached by the fact that Maguire get injured, right? And we don't know how long Maguire will be out for. But when you see how Lindelof getting shake off easy in the Premiership, we know Lindelof decent, and he probably maybe better suited for the European game, right? But when you see games like this, and you see how Lindelof getting shake off easy, right? Bissaka having to come and cover for him, and then when Bailly get a chance, you're hoping your fingers crossed that Bailly do some kind of mad thing, right? And you telling me that is it there? Bailly was signal that we ain't going to buy no centre back?
What? Bailly gonna get our run in the team. Let me see what we do. Let me see what we do.
I pray.
You might surprise me.
Every game when Bailly playing now, because I know for sure Bailly gonna play Tuesday, right? I pray Bailly have a good game. No, let me put it like this: Bailly will have a good game, but you see the consistency.
You will get that. You're gonna get that, Dreams. You're gonna get that. You know, he had a fairly decent run out in Rome. Just to get get back the bearings, you know. The match rhythm, the match fitness. Then today, I better something again. And then against Leicester, you'll be firing all cylinders. And Liverpool too.
Yeah.
And Liverpool too.
Yeah.
But the Liverpool game, you might throw you free, man.
Yeah. Once he trained for him and doing the right thing, I never see what that's, you know. We was always call for the kind of aggression that he just bring. But you see that kind of when he's loosey brain, like that run he make against Roma when he run the whole pitch and then give away the ball.
Yeah.
And then going on his knees, riding. You know you had a level of fitness. You ain't playing so much games to run the whole field and then get back. But you're running it.
And then but at least pass off now at some point.
Yeah, that's what I'm showing you.
You're running past men.
So there's the kind of things that tell you about Bailly that is fighting earlier. Anyway, Peter, he's saying it's about 30 odd points we attain from losing positions. It's either a mindset thing or a slack defending. Even though this might be a good an impressive stat, it is one that you really don't want to. Yeah. I agree. I don't like it. I mean, once it's working, let the history book show and let the stats show, right? I don't know issue with that, you know, we could boast about it, but it's not ideal. Kenton saying no in terms of signing. Everybody's studying CDM and CD. We need a backup right back because Brandon Williams does raise my blood pressure.
but still, right? Kenton, when it is that we had to rely on Williams, when that was last season, he wasn't that bad. As much as we needed somebody, let me say we need a quality left back or right back wherever he plays. He wasn't that bad. I just think it's just you definitely don't want him as your premier or your starting defender. But I think if you give him a run of games, he could do a decent job for us.
And I think last season when he got the run of games, we had people calling for Luke Shonek, you know?
Yeah.
So now I was saying sometimes these guys need minutes, you know, because they'll be rusty, you know, and they really need a run of games. And that confidence has gone a long way earlier. Guys, don't forget, just a reminder, continue to like the video, you know. Gregory's saying here, some of our greatest games started with us conceding first. No issue with that, Gregory. No issue with that at all. When we come back, like the Champions League final, when Ollie and Sheringham scored them goals. No issues with that. But earlier, we was on the edge of our seat. We thought we lost the final, right? So all I'm saying, I hear you, Gregory. I hear everybody who say, you know, some of the greatest games and wherever. I want to go back and look at games where we score first, we concede, then we come back and score again to win the lead, then we concede, we draw, then we went again and we win it. So we was always in front now, if that make any sense.
Utopia, Gregory, utopia.
Yeah. Peter saying, nah, man, he young, give him a chance. Who buy you talking about?
Williams.
Williams. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, it was the 11-12. All right. Peter saying, don't worry, we have 2 and Z.
Peter.
And the next one who need minutes more.
Well, yeah, it's my seat on Zevedes, remember them by bias. Hey, that's it. I'm gonna do that, man. All kind of thing. I think Tonzebe played the second leg too.
I can't remember. I think he came on and them about still rough him up.
Boy. Hell school, man, boy.
Yeah. Gregory saying you forget West Brom put 5 past them. Remind me, which game you're talking about here?
Maybe Chelsea. I know Chelsea talking about, boy. Chelsea, I know West Brom with them.
But when West Brom played Chelsea and put 5 past them, Lampard was the manager.
No.
Yes.
Tuchel. That was just the other day. No, that was just the other day. With Tuchel.
Okay.
Yeah, Tuchel or Tuchel or whatever it is. Yeah.
Oh, I think that was the
West Brom in M5. West Brom in M5, yeah. I think so.
Hey, Arvin, welcome, man. It's listening again from Norway. Full support to you guys. Cavani on fire and Greenwood and them and the team feeding off that energy, no doubt. No doubt. Thanks for joining, man. Yeah. Hey, Ian.
Hey, Lion. Yeah, man. Good night.
He's saying Lindelof weak. Somebody say
porridge.
You say at least Phil Jones not playing earlier. That's a blessing.
You might see him. You might. In fact, if you was fit, you might have seen him in these few games coming up here. You know?
Where to do what? To do what?
With Maguire injured, you know, we had 2 games more or less back to back. Phil Jones might have get a sweat.
Here what I say, right?
Play Lindelof RS.
Play what's his name? Matic in defense. I don't want to see Phil Jones nowhere near that team.
I too. I had enough of that.
Hey Dion, good night. Thanks for joining. Good night, guys. Great win. Nothing for City today. Nothing for them today. Nothing for them Tuesday. Nothing for them Thursday. As long as we could delay that.
Yeah. And then as Oli would have said, you know, it would have been good not driving into Blue Army going back to Manchester now because they do that. True that. Hey Simeon, welcome man. Good night. Until we do that against the Chelsea, City, and Liverpool, I'll feel good. That coming.
Yeah, the offense looks good, but as Bruce Lee used to say, broad don't hit back. Oh,
right.
Them other teams have hitters too. Our defense ain't solid.
But to be honest, Simeon, all Premier League teams you can't you can't say, well, Aston Villa is not a decent team because Aston Villa is mid-table in the Premier League, you know, so you can't say that Aston Villa can't hit back. You know, to me, most of these Premier League teams, as Gregory would have just said, West Brom hit Chelsea 5. So the Premier League in itself, I don't think you could discredit any team in the Premier League. You know, I think all teams in the Premier League have their strengths, and you had to play every team in the Premier League with more or less their best squad because on any day it could be beat.
Yeah. I am saying Igor will come back soon, man. Yeah, them.
Yeah.
There's one thing you see: Maguire, Bruno, and I don't know who again, but like them fellas and them, they don't be injured for long.
Rashford?
So, nah. Rashford, he does play with injury. I talk about players who will knock on them, come back them normal, play like they're injured and they're making no excuse.
Yeah.
All right. So I really do expect that he might miss a game or two, but he should be back within no time.
I feel he could have back for the Liverpool game, I might say.
But I mean, to see him come off, because that's not Maguire now. So it was a little bit concerning. I mean, I know we real close on Swabed, you know, we heavy him down when he's doing crap. But to see him walk off the pitch when you're considering the games to come.
It's very concerning.
Yeah. The insane, but yeah, for real, Victor is a double agent. Them fellas and them, there's be a little suspect in some games and play good in the next game, then suspect.
Yeah. I think Wan-Bissaka know that too. The high Wan-Bissaka shot him back so hard. You know? Wan-Bissaka say, oh my, yeah. He said, nah, I got back to help this man because you know how man would have believed him. Yeah, so he said, nah, but I got back to assist this man, boy. And the good thing he did.
Yeah, for real. Kenton saying, so he just like Rashford. He is a right footer, but can't perform good on the right, only on the left. That is Williams you're talking about. We go see. He had to develop, you know. Remember them fellas is young fellas too, Kenton. Them fellas young.
He was playing in the academy just the
Yeah, he now break into the first team last year. You know. I am saying I saw 200 warming up after my guy.
Hey, I too because the camera flash until they were warming up, and you mean what man is gonna happen here? And then they see the camera flash back on by getting the instructions now. I was like, why? Yeah.
I see somebody.
That was a bit concerning.
I see somebody post on social media, Ollie talking to by instructions like he gonna listen to that now. Okay, no, he's gonna do your own thing. Just saying, Brandon Williams is
a decent run.
Yeah. Correct. You're also saying no Sadis.
Tuchel was the manager.
Yeah. Okay. Anderson saying, yeah, watch me. We don't know.
Right there, right now he playing. Right now he injured for 2 years now.
But he's still a professional. He's a professionally paid footballer. Kenton saying I know talking about my blood pressure, them men bring up Phil Jones, yes. I am saying Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, and Bruno are the most played players this season. Yeah, I think Wan-Bissaka is the next one who have been very fortunate with on the injury front. You know, he's had a thank God for them blessings. Them is blessings. And this is saying must be I can't see playing in. Yeah. He can't play for United again. We just need somebody to come and buy him. That's all. We just need somebody to buy him. You know. Hey Jody, welcome man.
Hey Jody, good night.
Yeah, Nico. So, the game. It had some moments in the game where we could see, and I don't think this is the first game. I think the first one, one of the notable ones we saw was Spurs.
Right.
When we saw Ollie, or we heard Ollie doing some kind of magic during halftime in the dressing room. Right? I don't want to call it the hair dryer because I don't know. But
he looked like he had a tournament. Hair dryer now.
But when you see the team, a totally different team come out in the second half and play with a different kind of vigor, a different kind of understanding, a different kind of swagger, you know, something had to happen halftime. Talk to me.
What I think that we happening first half, that is we analyzing how the other team played, how the other team set up, some of the other team's strengths, some of the other team weaknesses, and working out a plan on how we could counter that. Because you have seen that a lot this season, and it would have been small tweaks, because you saw it even with McTominay. A small tweak in McTominay game in the second half, and he was like a whole new player, you know, small tweak in positioning, and you saw where we started to break down the team easier, where we was more defensively solid. So for me, I think that is more analysis that's been going on in the first half, analyzing the other team, analyzing where we have been going wrong, and then giving that instruction at halftime. Hey, you know what I mean? We saw this player doing this. Maybe this is what we could do to counter that. And then Villa now would have done, or any other team would have done so well in the first half that they would have continued on the same trend that they would have in the first half. By that time, we would have done the antidote, you know, to break them down. So I think that I think it is more tactical instruction and information that we pass on in the second half. As much as yes, we did see more energy and more drive, but I think it's more technical instructions that we given, because at every time, a lot of the time when we come out in the second half, we look like a different team. You know, so to me, it can't just be, you know, you're born up in Amanes and, you know, all of a sudden, you know, all this magic. But had it be also something tactical?
But I want to reply to this comment here from David. He's saying man had Fergie on speakerphone. And there's something very that I wanted to talk about. So guys, feel free to weigh in, and don't forget earlier I only seen 3 likes on the video. Like we do better than that now. Yeah. But I'm wondering, because we're looking at the temperament of players nowadays, right? And we're hearing about this infamous hairdryer treatment, and we know when you listen to the Roy Keane's talk, you listen to the Paul Scholes type players talk, they were of a different kind of metal. They were made up differently. So Ferguson could have hair dried them, if I could call it that. But now you realize the players are a little more, they're fragile now, you know, and it's not good. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, right? Which means now that managers have to deal with players different, right? Now I ain't saying that it wouldn't have moments that, you know, Ollie might have to be aggressive and come down hard on players. But I'm wondering if this whole hair dryer treatment is a thing now, you know, and that's why I kind of lent to agree with what you're saying, not fully though, but to the point that Ollie will go in and say, Ollie, we better than this, you know, right. So on. And from a tactical standpoint, you look at the mistakes people making as opposed to coming out and balling down in many areas now.
I don't feel that is up.
Again, the feeling that probably outdated.
Yeah. I just feel so too.
Yeah, because of how players make up now. I don't know what the fellas in the comments think, but I kind of feel that whole hair dryer thing when men going in the dressing room and getting blown out, I think that's a thing of the past. You know?
Well, I guess some managers, it's all the old school managers, like
In
let me see the
championship,
manager for West Brom. No, let me see the manager for West Brom.
Sam Allardyce.
Sam Allardyce. He can see Sam Allardyce balling at men. Let
I
me say
think
David Moyes. I don't see David Moyes balling at a man. But so I think it has the managers that will, the old school type who feel like that what Fergie used to do, and I Fergie, so maybe that might work for me too, or they would have grew up in that system. But I think the more modern day managers, I don't think that let's do that. They might quicker sub here half time, to show hey, it wasn't good enough. And to me that in itself is an indictment in terms of hey, I guess sub, I wasn't good. And that in itself will make you think about your performance now.
yeah. And I also think, and we're not saying that it mightn't have some obscene passing,
Yeah.
but the whole idea of you're balling on a player, I don't see that happening again. I don't see players responding to that way of football, that way of management anymore now.
But again, we could be wrong.
Yeah, we could be wrong. We could be wrong. It's just how I see it, Hey Josiah, welcome, buddy. Thanks for joining. It's been a while, Josiah, but thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man.
He's saying reactive football in the first half. I am saying, let's be real. Villa ain't really play anything. What's that?
And Martinez form real drop off too, boy. Martinez used to be real top. Martinez form because look like goal from Greenwood. Martinez earlier part of the season he was an easy save, But as much as Greenwood maybe catch him thinking that hey, I'm going for a post and I end up going near post. But still Martinez earlier in the season, easy save, meat and drink for him.
Yeah. I am saying, thank God Grealish was out. Yeah, watch me. Listen, earlier, Grealish real good. When Grealish on the field, this Villa team look different.
Yeah.
Them missing Jack Grealish big time. Trust me, I tell you. This team looking real different totality.
But I still think that they did well, for I think it was 15 games. He was out for.
15 games so much?
15 games, by.
Wow.
Yeah. So for the amount of games he was out for, I think Villa has done well because I would tend to leave position in the table.
Kenton saying Pep does still do it. Here, Dryer? Nah, I don't think Pep is that kind of manager. But if you see it, then
Pep subbing here.
I feel people just get tired with such like antics now, I think what balances it off is Ollie would give them the hairdryer, but he won't throw them under the bus to the media. All right, fair enough. Hey, Kurt. What's going on, buddy?
Good night.
We're passing through. A nice man. Had a busy day today, but nice win today. Didn't see the game. I watched the highlights, but I know we win. All right, nice, buddy. Thanks for passing through.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What really impressed me today, Nico, was now let me backtrack a little bit. Bruno Fernandes, you could say he's like the heart and soul of the team, if I could call it like that. He is the
heartbeat.
Yeah, the heartbeat. That's a better word. Yes, he is the driving the team forward. And we need that is the kind of players we need more of in the team. And to see what Bruno offering, when you look at from when he came to now, the team has really progressed under Bruno. So you understand, and that drive he just bring because it would be loud enough, man. But issue with Bruno is sometimes he just be more times he just be real wasteful. Sometimes when he could keep it simple, he just waste the ball. And when other players do something like that, he just come down on them. You understand what I'm saying? And I think I messaged you earlier today and I say, what did message I'm telling you during the game? He wasting possession.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Especially when you're in parts of the game where the ideal thing to do is try to keep the ball, simplify the football, let me get back some kind of shape. Because sometimes when you get a ball and everything feels a counter, it just mess with the shape of the team now. Especially when we're trying to reorganize ourselves. And while it is payoff in the end, he does end up getting an assist or wherever, I still feel, when you're looking at the game on a whole and not just the end result or the fact that he get a goal in the end, I would really like Bruno to try to manage his game a little bit better. It'll benefit the team.
Teams are here, but leave Bruno alone. As much as frustrating it has been, even for me, right? Leave Bruno alone. Look, let me say in Rome, right? No, it was in Rome, boy. In some game, he got 2 goals and 2 assists, right? I think that is what we had to contend with if we want to get the best of Bruno. I think the moment you try to stifle or limit Bruno, I think that may not be as beneficial as a team. Maybe the team might be more efficient in terms of possession, but sometimes as much as frustrating as it has be, sometimes them little chip in the season trying to come off as maybe less than more, but when it come off, it does come off, So to me, as frustrating as Bruno is, you don't want too much people on the team who have that freeness now. So you don't want who to say on the team? Fred. Right. You don't want Fred to have that freeness to say, here, well, if you feel like take a shot from 40 yards out, you see the goalkeeper there and you want to try it. You don't want to give Fred that. But, maybe you can just give one player that, that freeness to say, all right, if you see opportunity, don't afraid to try it. Take it. Yes, we know that you understand that the benefit you have to the team. We know that you would understand the moment of the game. We know that you will understand where your players are. However, if you feel that you want to try it, we're giving you that freeness to try it, and we're not going to reprimand you for it because, again, maybe it would produce, and sometimes only one or two chances you want from Bruno for the game and be able to win the game. So, to me, I think because how he has only limited those wastage during the season, I think Oli has given him a free rein to do that.
My thing is this, right? And this is why the team is so heavily dependent on Bruno, because he's the risk taker. And in principle, I don't have an issue with that, right? But when you check back, right, most of the times when Bruno tries the unnecessaries, that you have as well admitted that it is frustrating you, we ain't get nothing from it, and it just put the team under pressure. If you go back and check Bruno's most recent assists, those were the calculated passes, those were the calculated decisions, not the forced
rash
decisions. The forced or rash decision. So what I'm saying is, I have no issue with a man being risky, but for the benefit of the team. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to know that even if we were to move out of Bruno and put somebody else there, that they'll understand how the dynamics of how the team supposed to play. We don't want to be a one-man team that when that one man not there, we asking ourselves and we have to come and start here and ask if the team is trained. You know what I'm saying? So because and let me do the eye test earlier, and you want to add start state, let me go back all them passes that Bruno be making over the top. That 99% of them thing getting intercepted and it causing the team to counter on we, and we had to be we ain't getting chance to re-establish a shape to build the football to go and try to score a goal. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I ain't saying Bruno stop being who he is, but it have times when I think as a footballer, sometimes he stretch the team. You know what I'm saying? When they could build the football and let we progress as a unit going forward. And I think our team, and I've seen it happen when you see Pogba, Shaw, Fred, Cavani do little interchange and interplay. The team have quality. We could play football. So I don't have to depend on Bruno to make one snap long ball that he even consider if it don't come off, what will happen behind. And I understand the risk, but come on, man.
I say leave Bruno alone, Reem. Leave Bruno alone. As long as we don't get Fred that kind of freeness, leave Bruno alone now, man.
I hear you.
But I agree with you, it's frustrating.
I am saying Bruno doesn't give up. He could have a bad 70 minutes and still come up with 2 goals and 2 assists in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes the men don't be on the same wavelength. Rashford had Bruno on the left and Cavani on the right and pass. Yeah. But watch me, that decision today was. What is wrong with Rashford, boy?
Yeah, I find that Rashford is not a regular boy. You know, that time when to release the ball, and I see Cavani make a nice run across him just to slip it for him. And how it is Rashford don't see these kind of runs, boy?
Oh my goodness! But I want David talking about Cavani get cut off already, and you still played for Cavani, and Bruno was free in the next side. It's not like Daniel James was there. Jeez. Simeon saying Bruno knows he has no competition at his position. Why be afraid to try things?
I don't think it's competition. I think he has the manager's trust.
All right. Hey Michelle, good night. Thanks for joining. Good night, my Manchester United brothers and sisters, and happy Mother's Day. Hey, yes, hey,
thanks Michelle for reminding us.
Yeah, apologies.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers, all in United supporting mothers, and all you guys out there, you know, all the fans of All in All United. Wish you a happy Mother's Day also, you know, to your mom.
Yeah. Big up. I am saying Rashford look kind of dumpy today. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. But he has his first quality. Yeah, quality.
I watch me. Cavani, they just make them assist look like quality, Nico. Cavani just make them look so good.
And that way he does want. Because sometimes McTominay would get up but had to take an extra touch to play that, to try to do that now.
Yeah,
you know, so and the kind of runs Cavani has been making over and over. He just need that quality player to find him. You know, and Rashford did that today.
Yeah, no doubt. Kurt saying, leave Bruns. He's a leader. And when he does shit, he puts his hand up to admit he do shit. I'm glad he don't have that level of response. But I think Pogba taking real responsibility now, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Especially when he playing high up the field, you just see it. You know, when Pogba playing higher, you just see the effort Pogba does give defensively and attacking wise. Well, you know, in attacking wise, that isn't in his elements. But you see when only put him to play in that too, but he doesn't get an effort at all. But well, I find so. He doesn't look as, you know, as happy and as jovial as when we playing high up the field.
Correct. And we see today, Pogba tracking back. Do you know what kind of thing
you are saying? You saw it today. You saw the effort today.
Yeah. Michelle saying, big up my Mr. Bruno. I love that guy. And she's saying, and congratulations to him in tallying Lampard highest by. Okay, really well. That's real good. I'm glad we take it back. We take it away from Chelsea. Yeah.
Even so, a stat where Bruno, yes, we know he's the penalty taker. Where he scored, the amount of goal he scored, Cristiano would have took 100 and something games to do that, when Bruno would have taken 48 games to do it.
Okay. Well, that's real good. Long may it continue. Once the team playing good and we winning. You know, I ain't saying let Bruno do his job. That's why he has the freedom. I ain't saying no. And I think if Bruno be a little more calculated, he'll get more goals and assists earlier. That's all I say, no?
You feel so way?
I telling you. And that's why I make the point, Nico. If you go to
check, I feel like go stifle him, boy. I feel like go stifle him. You can't stifle a player like that. Just let him be. Let him express how we feel. Right? You feel like a play over. You know, but if he can, and I think that had to be part of Bruno's development within himself. You know, I don't think Oli would restrict him. I think, but he has to say, all right, you know, I think my decision making should improve, and he has to do that for himself in comparison to Oli trying to, you know, pay him in a straight jacket. No. Yeah, and sometimes that's reality, eh? And sometimes that's the reality.
Oh yeah. All I'm missing my point, you know. All I'm missing my point because when you check it, Bruno is very wasteful, and all I'm saying is if they could minimize or let me say cut down some of them wasteful passes where you put your team under pressure, right? Because a lot of the turnovers Bruno is doing because he tried to force it, when they could have settled it and allowed the team to progress. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying stifle Bruno, but all I'm saying is I want Bruno to be a little more intelligent in possession sometimes. I'm not saying he's not intelligent. I'm not saying he's allowed to take risks. I'm not saying that. Because I'll go back and I'll repeat it again what I said before. If you go back and check Bruno assists, is when he calculates his decision. Right? Anyway.
But I think that is on Bruno. That's on Bruno to clean up his game. But otherwise, I think Oli will let him continue to have that freedom.
Yeah. Simeon saying, speaking of Pogba, why that defender thought he could throw his tail? Yeah, them fella. And then I hear Dean Smith. Then I hear Dean Smith talking some kind of nonsense like Villa manager as though that wasn't a penalty. What is wrong with him? I know what you're saying, Reem, but when you're on the field, it's not as easy to do. So Iron Bruno being paid. Bruno is a world-class player. I ain't want to hear that.
I don't think being paid could justify that.
No. People is talking about how easy Bruno is make certain things look. So let me not shift the goalpost. Right? Mm-hmm. The man composed. We see it happen before. We see the kind of things the man is doing on the field. Nah. Come better, Iron. Hey, Chef, what's up, buddy? He's saying, good night, fellas. The freedom is the X factor. If he's calculated, he'll be predictable. When it leads to a turnover, he's the first one to track. I hear you, Kevin. I hear you, but it has two sides to that. Because then he will now be out of position because he had to make up for his mess. When he tracking back, it's because a mistake was made. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we understand the X factor. And all I'm saying,
but yeah, I understand. It's having a lose the ball and stand up. It's having a lose the ball and
I'm misinterpreting what I'm saying, man.
No, I don't think we understand. We understand that, we want Bruno to be more calculated.
And being calculated doesn't mean being predictable. That's a
no, but it could be, let me say, being calculated could be less risk-taking too, and less risk-taking could be less chances of scoring goals. So I think it's a balance. We have to find.
But why less and not more? Because you see, we keep watching this thing one track. That if he do this, then we go score. Not understand that probably if he calculates a little more, the team might actually score more. Right? And that's the point I'm making. Let's see it one way. That we see he risking. We see coming off goal scoring, well, then that's the way it's supposed to be. Now understand that probably if he calculated more, we might actually score more goals.
I think we say the same thing, but as it may not be as easy as we may think it might be.
So let's waste the ball then.
No, you can't say just waste it because most of the games he coming up with goals and assists.
Because
so you can't say wasting, and that is over 90 minutes. That is over 90 minutes, and he's still coming out with something.
But that's the point I'm making. When he calculates his decision, is when he getting the goals and assists.
Well, that will be the thing. We have to find his range first. So you got some poor passes before, and then you go find the range, and you gotta go.
Hey, Anton, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, good night, man. Nice coming in, and happy belated birthday, Anton.
Yeah, man, big up yourself, Anton.
Yeah, man.
Saying, look, Shaw making the football look so easy. Let's not forget him. He brilliant. Yes.
Yeah, not bad.
Luke Shaw. Well done, son. He winning Melva, Miko.
Lion. Let me just start at now. But on this line, right? Let me talk about Marshall then. I think if Cavani stays, I think that is definitely a sign that Marshall will be here next season, where you definitely have that rotation now. No, because let me just say, right? If it is Cavani was to leave, then definitely we had a gas striker. Then we cannot go into next season saying that Marshall going and do what Cavani doing. No. We had to get somebody. We had to get somebody to replace Cavani to do something similar to what Cavani doing. Right. So to me now, definitely where Cavani, let me say hopefully, fingers still crossed, that Cavani stays, right? Then definitely now you could see where would be a lot of rotation with Marshall and Cavani, because definitely Cavani will be playing all the games, but definitely we'll have Marshall there, and they could interchange those roles now. As much as you would have said, let me say if you bring in Kane, right, and Kane fit whole season, then Marshall got to be contented with maybe cup games or playing off the wing. But with Cavani there, I think he would still have that chance to continue playing down the middle.
All right. Good point. Simeon saying we all love Bruno, but what he does throw away too much, and sometimes in his defensive half. True, Kareem. Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the man had a stymied game. I'm not saying that he had to stop being creative.
That's what efficiency in his game.
Yeah. Hey, Davion, welcome, man. Good night. Good win today for sure. I am saying, I just saying if we could talk about Bruno's salary. What? Lion, I know you're let's try to get. Anyway, we move. So Nico, I want to talk about, and guys, feel free as well. We're looking at the situation, because one of the fears Oli had is, with this close, these set of games in close proximity, he didn't want injuries, and unfortunately, we saw today, even though we kind of feel Maguire might come back faster than not, we saw today where Maguire, one of the players who play every game of the season, I think, right, went off injured. So one of Oli's fears were realized today, right? Then again, when you're moving forward, that will always be a risk, considering what's at stake, because we secure top 4, and I say we want to secure second place, right? And then we have a final to come, right? Do you all think that Oli has to now start to prioritize games? And so here we're going on. You see this game, we'll go for that game. That game, I feel so. In preparation and in hope that he could reach to the final where he, where he fell at the semi-final hurdle so many times, where he could actually go and win a final rather than you reach the final to lose because at the run of the games and then your players injured, your players' fitness was in question, that kind of thing now. Do you think that Oli have to know how to prioritize?
Yeah, definitely. But however, I don't think he would prioritize in terms of saying, I feel in this game or whatever happen. I think, however, he prioritized, he would be putting out a team that will fully represent Manchester United. I think we have enough players in the squad to get the right mix of, let me say, quality and players who coming into form or trying to catch form or match fitness, that kind of thing, but still enough to win a game. I think we have that in this squad, especially for the games coming up. The Leicester, definitely. I think it have players like, let me say, Van der Beek, who could come out and play against Leicester. I even feel that Tonzebe could play against Leicester. Who else? Daniel James, if he fit. Maybe a man could get a Premier League feel from the start against Leicester. Just saying, I think we have enough quality in the squad for the games coming up in the league and the position we are in the league to go out there and not just saying, well, I feel in this game, but we have enough quality here to win this game.
But and that's the little issue I have, right? Because I'm asking myself, I say, if Oli's going to approach games not to give it away, right? And we've seen, and we talked about it last review, where because Oli failed to, when I say properly rotate his squad earlier, to have some of the bench players or the periphery players in a certain level of shape or form, right? Then when you bring in these players into, because look, even today, Van der Beek even get a minute. Right?
He couldn't get no minutes. He didn't run like he almost full line in Roma already. You get a minute.
No, but on the sun was saying the games is what will benefit him. He need the games. So even if Van der Beek run like he wanted to fall long, minutes today would be valuable toward getting him to a level. Because
today we had to win. Today we had to win.
But when we were already in a winning position, that's what I mean. We already winning.
That was late, Dream. That was late in the game. We win the game late. We win the game late. So I think
when
the subs we made,
the 2-1 was in the 56 minutes.
Yeah, but that don't mean we win the game. That don't mean we win the game. We won the game with Cavani. We won the game with Cavani. The goal Cavani scored. That is when we won the game. Because at 2-1, if we come and score, we can equalize and drop 2 points.
I'm not disagreeing with you, you know. But this is the point I'm making. So then so are we going to Leicester and say, well, hey, here what's going on? We want to win it, but we don't want to win it because we go play Van der Beek?
No. You're not going to say we don't want to win it. I think the pressure was on today. The pressure was on today to get the points. I don't think the pressure is on as much going into the Leicester game. So I think we could, because definitely we already in the Champions League position. We have a comfortable, more or less, there's 4 points again to more or less seal second place, right? Especially with that important win today. So we go into the Leicester game less pressured. So I think we could comfortably rotate against Leicester.
So then you're choosing your games. Then you're choosing which games you're going to go strong, and you're choosing your games where you would go not as strong. I don't want to say weak.
Yeah, because I said it earlier in the review. Today was a day that we more or less needed to win because we started to feel the pressure with the teams just behind us. Top 4 wasn't secure. The position we are in wasn't secure. And today's game was a very vital game, a victory that we needed. So getting that game together with the other results, I think now, we're in a better position to be able to make a few changes without that pressure.
So let me ask a question. Well, let me get some comments and then I'll get the questions in, right? Yeah. I am saying, gosh, boy, Nico, you called 2 and 0 name.
No, that doesn't tell you how, what I mean? I don't Leicester do it away in the FA Cup, but they're out of form bad. Like Rodgers, like when Rodgers can't take teams over the line, boy. He did it. He can do it Liverpool and again, same thing here.
No, but that's a good point in it, Nico, because Brendan Rodgers has some serious voodoo thing over here, No, because it's Liverpool. You see some same thing what happened with Leicester over the last season.
For Liverpool, he was leading the table, and you're thinking, all right, this will be Liverpool, and then coming out to the end, that's Walter.
Yeah. Simeon saying the form of the team trying to catch us, and the fact that a lot of them play each other should give us some room to rotate. Okay. I am saying Oli has no choice but to rotate this week. Hey, Richard. Welcome. Yeah, boy, you're late. You could watch over the review, though. I am saying today was a must-win. We could feel a different side for Leicester and come out at a strong side versus Liverpool.
Yeah.
All right. But tell me something, Nico. Right? Let's just see. And we could wrap it with this one.
Yeah.
Do you think, right, that possibly, right? Because remember, you're looking at mentality, you're looking at morale. We need everything going for us. You're looking at the run. Do you think a loss now, right, could dent the team where we at right now in terms of how we on a run and guys motivated, the team on a bounce, and a loss to a rival like Liverpool? If you were to go strong and we lost that game, or against Leicester, you rotate players, right? And players coming in to represent, and they don't represent. If it could dent something with the team going forward.
Definitely, scenarios. Let me say you rotate and you lose, you could justify that. You rotate and you lose. It's guys who was lacking rhythm, lacking match fitness, and you could put it down to that. Then you could also say, well, all right, how we lost. So let me say we play against Liverpool. We play a strong team, right? Against Liverpool, we played all the football. We would have created most of the chances, and lost. To me, yes, we lose, but when we look back, we say, we should have really won this game, but just maybe for the better luck. They say, we always talk about a better luck. Maybe just wasn't just for a better luck, crossbar, upright, goalkeeper had a brilliant a spectacular day, that wouldn't affect you that much. However, a loss where he was outplayed, you didn't create any chances. That to me, that a loss like that is what would be a loss of concern. Other than that, I think we losing with a heavily rotated squad, or we play better, created chances, but just was unlucky. I don't think that would affect our morale much going forward.
Okay. I had the same with Liverpool was Gerrard's slip.
Yeah, but
Slippy G.
yeah,
That started the slide for Rodgers. Yeah, that was
against Chelsea, Drogba. Yeah, and you can't play around fellas like Drogba and them fellas.
That was Dembaba.
Dembaba?
Yeah, it was Dembaba who take it from Slippy G.
Okay. No, I seen Drogba in my head though.
Yeah. So, well, guys, I think that brings us to the end of the review. Nico, I don't know if you have any closing thoughts.
Again, today's 3 points was a vital 3 points. Getting those 3 points in the bag today, I think would have definitely been even a confidence booster. Going to the other games, was unfortunate we lost Maguire today. However, I think he will be back soon. I think he will be back soon. Leicester, I think we'll put on. I sure even whoever we pick for that team, I think we're gonna put on a good performance, and we would definitely be here again to review that.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's important for us to use the squad. I don't think Oli have much of a choice, so it's a risk. But I think even with the risk, there will be a lot of positives coming out of it. Men could get minutes.
For sure.
And some of the fellas, as you say, I think, some of them will put on good performances, which will boost their confidence. I think the Europa League squad final team, Nico, I think it probably picked itself already. I think
of course.
I think Oli still have one selection headache, and I
with Greenwood
and
Rashford.
Yeah,
but it's a selection headache.
I think Rashford can get it, right?
Of course, because even if Greenwood has been very little coming off the bench too. He has been very good coming off the bench.
Yeah.
In comparison to Rashford coming off the bench now. I think Greenwood has been much better coming off the bench in terms of Rashford coming off the bench.
Yeah. So I think so. I mean, I'm looking forward to see what the team, the depth of the team has in it. Yeah. I mean, I know. We could say that Oli probably has not been as fair to the bench players as probably he could have. I know we could argue on that, but now is the opportunity for them to step up and show, well, hey, here we're going, and I want to be part of this group next season. Yeah?
Exactly.
And the final comment will go to Simeon C, saying Leicester is such a well-drilled team, it worries some.
I think they're form up and down, to be honest, Simeon. So Leicester like a Man United team of the past years where you just don't know where we're gonna get. I think now we have been finding a bit of consistency, a bit of rhythm with our type of play. However, I think Leicester now you just don't know where we're gonna get, because as you would have said, Reem, it was 4-0 down against Newcastle at one point. And the next game there could be 2 or 3-0 up. In the first half hour. So I guess Leicester is on a crest on a trough at the moment.
Let me just hope they're in the trough when the playing Tuesday. Anyway, guys, thanks again for joining. Thanks for the comments, thanks for the likes, thanks for the shares. We do appreciate it. Remember we also streaming live on YouTube. So if you could go over there and give us a subscribe, man. We appreciate it. Yeah. So have a good night, everybody, and we will see you all again on Tuesday. And we gotta extend the panel, Nico, because we had to do some rotation as well, yeah?
All right, cool.
Yeah, man. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah. Good night.